Now, I don't remember what Professor Crank's laboratory was about. I don't really remember what we did in Professor Crank's class. But I know he called me and he asked me what grade you think you should get. And, he asked me, how did you do? And I said I did average, I think. So he says, oh, average is a C? He says, no, I think average is a B. Now, there was another guy there. He looked Indian to me. I don't know if he was Indian. But he apparently told the professor that he deserved an A. But I don't know what happened in that class. I don't even know what the class number was. But it was a laboratory, most likely. Now, I took American History 1 and American History 2. American History 1 was a lady from Hillcrest High School that came there. Someone told me her boyfriend was giving her a hard time and this and that. The same one that had the class with me with the math chairman. I did my project twice. My name wasn't on it. That's the only math class I got a B in. I got A in other classes. I was failing calculus too, but I did great in the finals and I got an A because of the environment, the class environment. That's why I was failing E444 too, because of the people in the class and what they were doing in there. Maybe they had dope or something in the class, or they were filming or whatever. I don't know. But that's what I think. I really don't know. So in American history too, the professor said, "Oh, you don't have to take this test," and I didn't take it. And then in the final, he gave me a B, and I told him I deserved a D. I went to him, and I asked him, and he says, "Okay, I will go back through it." And then he said he gave me an A because he didn't see any difference between my paper and the other paper. He gave me a two. But when I spoke with him, he said, "You didn't take that test." I said, "You said it doesn't matter." Now, I don't know what year that was. I've said this before. Maybe not here, but other places. So now going back to Bath Primary School, I think before the temple was there. The temple was not there when I started Bath Primary. I don't really remember if it was there. What I remember is a lady sitting on the road there. The road was paved. Was the road paved? I don't really remember. It wasn't paved when I was in school. Why would I remember it was paved? Maybe I'm mistaken about that. But there was a lady there, a younger lady, kind of fair with very white teeth, and she would sit where at the beginning of the entrance to the school, almost where the temple is. So I would walk past her a few times, and she would be selling things there. Maybe that was my mother, trying to see what I looked like. She looked like an Italian lady, a young Italian lady. I would say that because I saw many Italian women later in life. I saw like Maria Oringa and some other people who were Italians. I saw an Italian student girl at Narayan's party. Yeah. Now Maria wasn't that chocolatey fair, but she was fair. She was more like you know, mix a little bit with the freckles kind of thing. That's what I think. I don't really remember because I never really got close to her too many times to know what she actually looked like. Now she, I think, was working for Joe Rutkowski because Abe had kicked Joe Rutkowski out, and Joe Rutkowski became chief of process. I guess was that the case? I don't really know because if it came to me, everybody knew it by then. When I knew it, everybody else already knew it because I didn't go and ask things and I didn't stick my nose around.